Hello everyone, Treecks here, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages. Welcome back to Dungeon 6 in the Oracle of Ages. A duo dungeon, basically, because we need to play it in both the present and the past. Currently we are in the present version of the dungeon. It is also where we found the mini-boss, Vyre, apparently a loyal henchman to Viren. A character we did not hear from in a while, but perhaps we will after this dungeon. Anyway, let's continue, because there's still the matter of the dungeon item, of course. And this actually might be it. Looks interesting. Also trying to get it looks interesting. First, let's get rid of the whiz ropes that actually haunt this room. Otherwise, they're going to get in the way. Next, we need to time throwing these bombs. Because as you can see, there's an endless pit. If you're too early, it will explode over the block. If you're too late, it will go into the pit. Well, this should work. Thank you. Item. We get the mermaid suit. Interesting. We can now swim in deep waters. Press the D-pad to swim, B to dive, and the A button to use items. We get a new type of swimming item. We did already find out last time the Zora's flippers don't cut it anymore. There's apparently a type of water we cannot swim in. And that darker type of water actually means something. It's not just a level 2 water to force us to have a higher type of item. There's actually more to it than that. And this mermaid suit will actually help us find out about that. We can now actually literally swim underwater. Time for us to actually try that out. First, we want to get rid of you guys. Let's go. Ooh, that's one giant floor trap. But still moves in a pretty predictable pattern. Nothing to fear. Unless it's chasing you. Let's just go. Let's see what we have. Right over here. Oh. But anyway, after killing an off-screen Keys, we also find the compass of the present version of the Mermaid's Cave. No boss, of course, that one is in the past, that we've already seen on that dungeon map. But we do still have 2 more chests here. And... wait, I should have... oh, I'm an idiot. I forgot about that key in that other room. For some reason I thought I needed to do that later, but looking at this map right now, I think I was already able to do it. Excuse me for a moment. Go away, stupid ropes. Don't have time for you now. This room over here to the east, I actually skipped out on it. You might remember that if you've seen the previous episode, but you might also have been screaming in the comments, why are you skipping out on that key? I wouldn't be surprised if you did. Should have already gotten this one. For some reason I thought I couldn't, but in order to actually defeat these enemies, we need an item we indeed already have. As you can see, they're completely blocked off, and therefore you cannot actually access them normally. But we can actually lure them to fall into the pit themselves. The first time we actually used the sense seeds for what they're actually meant for. Luring enemies towards them. Yeah, I feel like a complete idiot. See, this is what happens if you try to play games without notes. I sometimes use them, but for this dungeon I thought I didn't need them. And now it comes back to bite me. But anyway, thanks to the compass, I did get reminded to it in time. And I thought my progression through this dungeon was going fine so far, but the second episode in the dungeon, that is definitely no longer the case. Now, let's go back to where we were. That little errand aside. Me actually correcting my failure. Regular swimming is of course also still possible, even with the mermaid suit. Does work differently, but still. Oh, rupee. Now we need my rock's feather. Nothing too spectacular here. Other than the items actually going into the ceiling. blue wrist ropes, the bane of my existence. Now let's first go to this area over here. Chest. As you might have seen on the map, the final chest in the present version of the Mermaid's Cave. And it will contain only 10 rupees. Totally worth it. Ow. I'm dying again. At the beginning of this dungeon I was dying, then I was full health again, but now I'm back to dying again. And I'm not even wearing my double damage ring anymore, so... But anyway, thanks to the compass, I'm not actually stuck behind this block for now. That would have happened if I skipped out on that key. Because of me realizing, hey, there should be one chest remaining. But anyway, we still get a key bleep. Indicating this is indeed going to be where the boss key is located. Even though the boss is going to be in the past version. And this was the wrong lever. Oh, I first need to kill off the enemies, otherwise it doesn't work. Let's try again. Wrong again. I'm pretty sure this is randomized. Every single time it's going to be random which one is going to be the correct one. And it will even change up, so even if the left one was wrong, that does not mean the right one is going to be correct the time after that. Every single time it's a pure guessing game, but unfortunately you do need to defeat all of the enemies before you're allowed to try again. Making this a very tedious and unnecessary puzzle. But if you do it correctly, you'll find yourself the boss key. Which we can actually use in the past. Because the boss is actually placed over there. Let's get ourselves towards it. With this we are completely done in the... Whoa! Fell a bit too far. But with this we are completely done with the present version of the dungeon. So we can make our way outside again. And this time around. Really? Is it really necessary to make a jump here for which we require the Cane of Samaria? This place is filled with unnecessary puzzles. Only to make things a bit more tedious and not per se more challenging. Well, there's plenty of enemies here. Tektites, anti-fairies. All ready to kill me. Ropes. Please don't hit me. Oh, the torches also shoot projectiles at me. I'm losing health fast there. A bit too fast. Let's quickly go outside. And once we get outside, we can actually get introduced to dark water for the first time. Remember how we drowned in it last time? The moment we tried to go in with only the Zora's flippers. With the mermaid suit we can. And these dark waters we can actually also dive into. Giving us a separate screen underwater. Completely new. And I do love how Link actually looks with his fin. Swimming works the same as above water. As you can see, just press the D-pad in your direction. And in this case it is actually meant to get a chest containing a ring. So we can get it appraised later on. Search for special tiles that look a bit different, like these ones at the top left. Press the dive button again and you will surface again. And that is how the underwater world works in Oracle of Ages. We'll be dealing with that in a moment, because first we're going to deal with Maple again. No, a ring. But it's a bit in the wall, so I don't think I'm able to get it. No, stupid Maple. You finally give me something valuable and not even able to get it. Not able to get anything in here. Oh, Maple. If only I was allowed to actually swear in my videos, otherwise I would do it. At least not without having to restrict my videos to a certain age, and that's something I don't want to do. Let's forget about Maple quickly. That's the best thing to do. And let's return to the Mermaid's Cave in the past, when everything still looks brand new. Where were we in this place? We do already have the boss key, so for that we don't have to worry. Unlike the dungeon map and the compass, the boss key does count for both dungeons. And this is what we still have to do. There's a bottom floor in this place, it looks like. We have not been to it yet at all. Can you guess where we can actually access it? We did already see a bit of dark water, didn't we? That is going to be the basement floor. This dungeon is going to introduce us to the dungeon item, the mermaid suit, by giving us a very extended underwater section. And that's going to be the entire basement floor. But of course, I do need to make sure I pay attention. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. Man, every single Zelda game I play, there has to be one dungeon where I get a complete blackout of the layout. Happened to Eagle's Tower in Link's Awakening. Now it's going to happen in this one, in this game. Not that it is surprising, I did expect that to happen in this dungeon. I always get mixed up here. In that sense, I think I have the next dungeon a bit better in my mind. Although next time I'm going to be smart, of course, and just use some notes. The next dungeon is going to be super tedious if I go in there blind or unprepared. Not going to make that mistake there. This one is already going haywire. Eventually I will actually get it. That is not going to be the problem. Here we have the dark water that actually drowned us last time. But now we can dive and find an underwater world here in this dungeon. Let's go see what kind of challenges they have for us here. And remember what the dialogue actually said the moment we got the mermaid suit. It is probably also the reason why the swimming mechanics actually work like this with the D-pad. The A button we can actually still use items on. Not every item, but some of them we can. And the switch hook is actually your most important one. Because it's going to be a very handy item to attack enemies with underwater. So whenever swimming, make sure your switch hook is equipped on the A button. That will help you out of a tight situation. Oh, to this room. Reminds me of Wario Land 2 actually, this room. Full of the currents. Be careful of the endless pits. Of course you can get sucked in them, even though you're underwater. You can still get sucked into endless pits. And also remember, if you press fast enough on your D-pad, you can still go against the current. Even though slower, of course. But you still can. Time for a key. Time to avoid statues that actually shoot orbs at us. Defeat all enemies and receive the key. The compass already gave away this was going to be a key. Not a surprise. Besides that, the corridor is a dead end, so let's return to the 2D section. Staircase over here. Let's return to where we were, the main part of the underwater basement. Time for us to head left now. Towards the room behind the cracked blocks. Where we actually opened up the wall the first time we were in the past. In the present, it turned out it was actually a double directional lock over there. Perhaps we can actually find something similar this time around. Now that we have the small key, we can actually go there. Small key and mermaid suit required. That's the whole reason why I didn't even check out the room last time. There was no need. Now we can actually see what we will find there. We're really going to spawn inside of the door? Interesting. A lot of backtracking in this dungeon. Also one of the reasons why I don't like it so much. Now we need to go all the way around again. Going all the way over here. Probably need to do the pressure switch puzzle again. That is very likely. Yeah, indeed. Come on, game. Make sure the middle pot survives. Yeah, my apologies. I noticed I actually did not put my Discord on Do Not Disturb, so... I'm pretty sure I did get some pings during playing this. In the previous episode as well, so... not very handy. Let's just continue anyway. Even this we need to do again, the cracked blocks. The game should be able to remember all of the puzzles we've already solved. Well, now let's finally go see what's behind this mysterious door. A directional lock. A completely unnecessary one, because this one makes us go through a loop 2 times in order to get it into the proper direction. There's nothing challenging about this thing. It's completely unnecessary it's here. Just like pretty much every single puzzle in this dungeon. The dungeon of the unnecessary puzzles. But anyway, this is the reason why we want to go here after getting the mermaid suit. There's also some dark water over here. Now let's go see what we can find below here. Oh, something is firing at us. Ah, so nice. Arrows shooting from the walls. Something that belongs in a Tomb Raider game. Alright, Lara Croft should also look pretty nice in a mermaid suit. We're working with Link. And we're getting 30 rupees. Over 700 now. It would be nice if I actually max out all of my rupees before the end of the game. Another current room. But this one not too complicated. Just a couple of ropes. It would be nice if I kill them. Let's go against the flow, because why not? It's always way more fun to do. Oh, that opened doors, I think. Yeah, killing all of the enemies was required here. And another puzzle. It's going to give us the next small key. What we need to do is pretty obvious. There's 6 yellow tiles. And also 6 of these switch hook blocks. Pretty obvious, we need to place all 6 of them on the yellow tiles. Also, another example of more tedious than challenging. What you need to do is really obvious here. It's just a bit of a chore to actually do it. Final one. And voila. Dunsky. Smulky. Try to find something that rhymed. And if you try to do that in the fraction of a second, stuff like that come out of my mind. But that was all that was here. Second underwater section in the basement. Also the final one, by the way, so we can actually put our mermaid suit away for now. But don't keep it too far away, because we might actually still need it with the boss. Let's continue our pathway at least. First a key door, and then a key block, and then another seed shooter puzzle. We need to make sure the propeller blocks leave a gap like this, and then we should be able to get the seed through. And also equip the Cane of Samaria, because we need to place a block onto the switch, because otherwise it's going to change again the moment we step off. We need to make sure it's pressed only once. We need to do it like this. And see if we can get the seed through. Opening it up in the other diagonal. I'm pretty sure it only works like this, now that I think about it. Yeah, it's harder than it looks. Oh, there we go. I'm actually surprised it did not hit the keys. I was also kind of expecting that. But with all of that out of the way, it is boss time. Finally. And here we have the boss. Some sort of octrock by the looks of it. Also seems to have 2 mouths. Oh, and we can only hit the red side of it. Its main head, you might say. But wait for him to get near. Keep your sword charged. But if he actually goes underwater, which of course he does do sometimes, we need to actually face him underwater. So equip your sword on the A button, dive underneath, and face him fish against fish. Yeah, and at some point he will float up again, continuing the fight in this manner. Thank you. Not per se a difficult boss. I do need to get used to the fact that the sword is on my A button now. Yeah. I'd much rather have him go underwater, because that way he's much easier to hit. There's no platform on the walls, and therefore you cannot hit him if you actually face it the other way. Which he does tend to do, as you can see. And yeah, there we go. I was kind of expecting that would be the final hit. Heart container, gotten. Increasing our heart count towards 11. And it will also increase our Essence of Time counter to 6. We get the bereft peak, an essence of time. It is a proud, lonely spirit that remains stalwart, even in trying times. Let's finally get out of here. Never liked this place. Maku Tree. Treecks, I have great news. Oh? Queen Ambi has just left the palace. Now is your chance. This may be your only opportunity to save Nehru. Ooh, the queen is gone. Not sure what she's doing. Probably taking a look at her tower or something like that. But because of that, the palace is going to be a lot less guarded. And we get the opportunity to finally save Nehru. Because she is still going to be there. Or better yet, Viren is going to be there in the body of Nehru. It looks like that is going to be our next quest before moving on to Dungeon 7. It is time for us to make a quick return towards Lina Village, therefore. No, that's the wrong one. Need this one. Gale Seeds in our satchel and not our shooter. You can shoot Gale Seeds with your shooter as well, of course, but that is more meant to actually get enemies off screen. Hit enemies with them and they will teleport away. Not too sure where, but that does not matter. We'd like to use them on ourselves, of course. Let's see if we can find the palace. And that is going to be our next goal. In the next episode, by the looks of it. Looking at my timer. Queen Ambi is probably going to be over here somewhere. I think that's a good educated guess, but for us that does not matter. We need to go to the palace. Take chance of this opportunity. No. We are not the only ones, it looks like. Treecks, don't startle me. You also heard that the guard on the palace was down and came to save Nehru? If anyone is going to save her, it is me. I won't let you beat me to it. But, it's no good entering from the front door. Yeah. Oh, I know. There should be a hidden entrance in the palace garden. I will sneak in through there. Hey, how do you know about that? What? Why do I know about the hidden passage? On my first trip here? Yeah, good question. Never mind. I'm coming, Nehru. Ralph, I think there's more to you than meets the eye. But anyway, next time we are also going to enter the palace. And this is our chance to save the Oracle of Ages, the name giver of the game. Thank you for watching. And see you folks in the next exciting episode. Treecks out.